Hello and welcome to the Ready for Change coaching audio blog. I'm Christopher Testa, and I want to talk about purpose and direction. Napoleon Hill once said that living without definite major direction promises nothing but scant living. Scant. First of all, what the heck does that even mean? Scant means inadequate, insufficient, not enough. But I think in life, scant might mean living in a way that just doesn't feel like enough. For some, this could mean not having enough food or an adequate living environment. But I think what Hill is referring to here, and what I'm speaking to, is not material lack, but misalignment. Living every day without a true sense of purpose or direction. On paper, life may look fine. The job, the house, the routine, yet something feels off. Something's missing. Life feels less than. So, I've written before about misalignment burnout, the exhaustion that comes from walking a path that isn't really yours. It's waking up already tired, no matter how many hours you slept. It's pushing through the work week only to feel dread creep in halfway through Sunday. It's telling yourself you'll catch up on rest over the weekend, but never actually feeling rested. You know that thing where you all week long, you're like, this weekend I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to finally rest. And then the weekend comes and Saturday morning, for some reason, you're up even before your alarm maybe wakes you. And then everything is great. You're excited. But then Sunday, halfway through Sunday, the dread of the coming week starts to creep in. And there you are, just so tired. Why didn't I sleep in? Sound familiar? If so, just first, let me normalize this. You're not alone. I know because this was my reality. I was the kind of tired you just couldn't sleep off. I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder. I self-medicated with alcohol. I struggled with suicidal intent. It wasn't just hard to get out of bed, it was sometimes impossible. I wasn't the father my kids needed. I wasn't the husband my wife needed. And most of all, I wasn't the me I needed to be. This wasn't physical burnout, it was psychological. I had lost alignment with my values, my purpose, my sense of self. I knew I needed to change, but before I could figure out how, I had to understand why. The first step in creating meaningful change is clarifying purpose. First, I wanted to clarify the subtle distinction between having a sense of purpose and having a purpose. Having a purpose, a clear aim or direction, the specific goal or identity that gives your life meaning. Having a sense of purpose, the conviction or inspiration to feel while pursuing the purpose. In other words, purpose is the what, sense of purpose is the why, feeling that fuels you. Naming the difference matters because it allows you to take ownership. When you make the language your own, the insight lands deeper. I want to share a little wisdom from my Nona. During one of my hardest seasons, my Nona, that's my grandmother in Italian for those who weren't sure, my Nona saw me struggling. She was a devout Catholic, attending church daily. Faith was everything to her. One day she said, "You don't have to believe in my God. Just believe in something." This had such a profound impact on me. I don't know, I guess it was like she gave me permission, not only to step outside of her beliefs, but to choose my own, to find my own anchor. That's what purpose and direction do for us. They give us something to believe in, something to aim toward, and to turn. They give us the sense of meaning and inspiration. Far too many people wake up without clear purpose, or any direction at all. Day after day, they do the same things because they must or they should, not because they're inspired. And when you can't see why you're doing something, doing what you do, life can begin to feel painful, even meaningless. Sure, most of us can zoom out and say, I've got the essentials. I've got all the things. I've got the car, I've got the clothes, I've got the account balance. Yeah, so why am I still miserable? It's because having things isn't the same as living with meaning. So how does one live with meaning? How do we figure out what the purpose and direction is? There's a few things really, from getting in alignment with your values to understanding your desired life outcome. I like to offer a practice. First, fast forward in your mind to a future self at old age, looking back on your life. Ask, what would make me say, yes, I did it. I lived the life I dreamed. So, you're kind of in that rocking chair stage of your life, and you're looking back and you say, yeah, that's it. I did it. I did the things. And get specific. Like, where are you living? Is it a cabin on the lake, a house in the city, a van on the beach? Who are you with? What fills your day? Also consider whether you're still working. Maybe not for money anymore, but as a life's calling. Or maybe your greatest joy is simply being a grandparent. Imagine a day in the life of that future version of you, from waking up to going to bed. What does it look like? Now, identify one small thing you can do today, and then one thing tomorrow, to begin moving toward that outcome. And then pause and ask yourself, how do you feel now? When considering that desired life outcome, when considering this path and how it can go for you, and now that you even have a step, something that you can do, that feeling that you have now, that maybe spark of alignment, that is your sense of purpose awakening. Direction turns ordinary days into meaningful steps. Purpose turns survival into fulfillment, and a sense of purpose keeps you fueled along the way. As always, the journey is long, and there can be bumps on the road, and you're not alone. So dare to mess it up, and dare to fail forward. Until next time, ciao!